Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in! Northwestern is up from 12, now at 10.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We were responsible for helping the MIHSSCA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic students can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while maintaining a high level of respect for all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? Our packages include a player profile where you show your preferred positions, the club, the league, or school that you play in, your current coach contact information, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Our mission is to help players take their game to the next level and reach their potential. Not only do we help develop fundamental technical skills such as ball control in tight spaces with different surfaces, dribbling at speed and changing direction, using a variety of 1v1 skills to create space, receiving on a half turn, hook turn, and out of the air, finishing off the dribbling, one-touch, volleys, and headers. We help players get comfortable performing these skills at game speed, with pressure, and with both their dominant and non-dominant foot. In addition, we help players with their speed of play, awareness of space, defenders and teammates, and also dominate with our off-the-ball movement. We offer a variety of services such as one-on-ones, small groups, large groups, as well as team sessions. We have an experienced coaching staff that is professional, friendly, patient, while still holding players to high standards and holding them accountable. No matter what level you're at as a player, I'm confident we can help you get better. Over the past 3 years, we've built one of the best soccer-specific training facilities in the country and developed one of the most detail-oriented programs to help out players. Visit our website.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
For Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, the ball falls to Buckley. One-on-one with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for Girls Soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett.
Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0! Burzma, but then for Vlasma! 3-0! Stewart Heights with a shot! Upper 90 and in!
Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos.
Mario Canoe now finds Sock. Sock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize! Live from MSN Studios in Shelby Township, Michigan, it's the MSN Ranking Show presented by the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association, Trivolani Asset Management, Granite City Food and Brewery, National Soccer Club, the Michigan Goalkeeper Academy, Evolution Soccer Training, Premier Sports Center, and FC Barcelona. Hello, everybody, and welcome into our MSN studios here in Shelby Township, Michigan. It is the high school ranking show. It is week number 3. I am Jonathan. That is Dan. And we're excited to have you along here once again on this Sunday evening as we talk high school girls soccer and rankings from all around the state of Michigan. Remember, this is presented by the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association, and that's where these rankings come from. Top 15 from each division will be announced here tonight for week number 3. And Dan, it's going to be a good one. 46 total changes.
Yeah, and there's a couple schools, as we talked before the broadcast, that maybe they weren't projected to do well this season. Have played better than expected. A couple of those schools have broken into the top 15 or listed as honorable mention. There's been a lot of changes the last couple of weeks. These teams are now getting into conference play. Some of the power conferences in each division are starting to beat up on each other. A lot of, one-goal games, a lot of ties. And I expect that some more changes will happen here the next few weeks as these conference races begin to sort themselves out.
I couldn't agree with you more. Hey, if it's your first time stopping by, what are you doing not subscribing? What are you doing? You got to do it. You got to hit that button. You got to hit the button that says subscribe. There's no money being exchanged hands, just friends. It's like, hey, you know what? Being a good neighbor, hit that subscribe button, like us, and share us with your friends and family, and help us continue to grow this thing across the great. I got a text message last night, from a coach here, Dan, from around the state of Michigan. It came out of nowhere. I was kind of surprised by it, and I'm not going to put the coach out there who sent the text message, but he was just very appreciative of what we do. Just saying, hey, love what you guys are doing for the young athletes across the state of Michigan, and just love what you're doing, and super appreciative of everything that we do, and I was taken back by that, because I do get those messages now, obviously more so than before I was doing this. Usually it was more of like hate mail, I would say, Dan, is what I typically got. But no, it's really cool. We went to Trenton High School on Friday. They won the contest. We'll talk about that in a second. But they rolled the red carpet out for us on Friday. We go to a lot of places. We've been to a lot of different high schools and different environments, and that was the first time for us that was really more downriver. We talked about that in the air on Friday, but they rolled the red carpet out. I pulled up. They told me where to park, and they had like a team of people waiting, and they just grabbed all my stuff, all of our equipment, and took it up to the press box. Normally it's us that's lugging all of our equipment up, and they took it up, and then hey, they had their own chef on campus there that made us pizza. They had a taco pizza. And they had a pepperoni pizza, and they had water and chips. 98% of that stuff I couldn't eat. But it's pretty cool when they go out of their way to make you feel like extra special.
Yeah, I had a couple slices of that pizza right before the broadcast. It was good.
It was good. It was good. And
yeah, but the hospitality is great. They were.
We just got little clap,
yep,
little clap. We gotta give a little clap here, for Trenton. They went above and beyond, and again, I'm so happy about that. We went out to Trenton, and why did we go out to Trenton? Well, let's talk about that. Well, they won a contest. What's the contest, you may ask? Well, it's a great question, Dan. Get your game broadcasted for free. It's on your screen. Here's how you got to do it. Just get your team to post a video on social media. Your entire team saying, we watch soccer on the Michigan Soccer Network. Tag MIHSSCA Network on all of our social media platforms. Use the hashtag MSN contest. And here is the way here's the video that got Trenton to win. Right here.
Wait, guys, coach is coming.
No, it's fine. We're watching the game on Michigan Soccer Network.
Dan, that is the video. And we have another contest winner here this week. We'll talk about that here during the show here tonight. But what a great video. What a great game. Trenton won on Friday. They won 2-0. They rematched. They used the word revenge in all their social media. Last year in the regional final, they fell short 1-0 off of a penalty shot to Grosse Pointe North, who went on to win the state championship for the first time in program history. They have a new coach this year, in Thelu Masindi. They've got some great returning players. Amelia Strieberger, one of those players on Grosse Pointe North. And, hey, on Friday, they at times showed some dangerousness. The reality is for Grosse Pointe North right now is that they are 4 games behind Trenton in regards to how many games that they've played in. And, when you're on the freeway and you're in a smaller vehicle going up against a bus, chances are you might lose that battle, more often than not. That's basically what happened on Friday, right? And Grosse Pointe North fought very hard. It was a 1-0 game in the 13th minute off of a Ellie Dolson goal, and those highlights, by the way, are available along with the game on our YouTube channel. So go ahead and take a look at that game. But 13th minute goal from Ellie Dolson. It was a good shot, high up. It went just past Paluzzi, goalkeeper for Grosse Pointe North. And then in the 62nd minute, Gagne did exactly what she does best, and that's score goals. She's got 12 goals, 12 assists so far this season, and she put one behind Paluzzi off of a free kick, and made it 2-0. And that's how that game ended. It was a well fought game.
Hands off. You got to give credit to both Mike Hatchfield, the head coach at Trenton, as well as Thelu Masindi, who's the new head coach at Grosse Pointe North. They fought hard, and again, the thing right now for Grosse Pointe North is they just got to get more games.
Yeah, looking at across the state, looking at how teams are doing in different conferences, I've been on MHSSCA.com quite a bit. It amazes me that for every team that's played 7, 8, 9 games, there's still teams that have played 3 or 4, and we're already halfway through April.
It's not surprising, though. I mean, it's not surprising, and with typically how that works, especially when it comes to spring. We see, especially up north, not so much down here, right? You think about that, but like up north in the UP area, Petoskey, Traverse City, it's not uncommon for those teams to only have a handful of games going into the first part of May because weather can be terrible.
Yeah, right? I mean, you cross that bridge, you never know what you're going to get. I mean, even down here at times, we saw flurries yesterday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I live in Rochester Hills, and it was snowing. So, yeah, pure Michigan, you never know what you're going to get. But, yeah, it strains, like even in the thumb, a couple schools only played 3 games yet. You move over to Bay City, Saginaw, Midland area, and some schools have played 7 or 8 games. So it's just disparity.
Disparity at its finest. Well, here's the thing. It is the ranking show, and I know all of you are waiting so patiently to find out who is, in fact, ranked and where. Division 4 is coming up right after this. You're watching the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association High School Ranking Show live on the Michigan Soccer Network. We're right back.
Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back here into our MSN studios on this Sunday evening. It is high school ranking time, and we're excited to have you along for a ride. It's Jonathan Turner, Dan Stickrad, and hey, it is week number 3. 46 changes this week, Dan. 46 changes, and that's a lot of changes. We had 46 last week. Is this something that's par for the course, or is this expected?
I think it's just a matter of, we talked before the broadcast that once you get into conference play, certain conferences, there's a lot of very good teams. You're seeing a lot of ties, 1 goal, wins, defeats, and some schools put together pretty challenging schedules. They'll go outside of their conference and put a Friday or Saturday game against another power conference school to kind of test their mettle a little bit. We saw a great game of Friday. It came up across my way, East Grand Rapids and Richland Gull Lake in Division II. We'll talk about that when we get to Division II because that had a little slight impact on the rankings, but 2 state title contenders going out for a non-league game here on a weekend, and that's good to see because unfortunately, there are some leagues that are great top to bottom, and then some conferences that are top heavy. Say there's 8 schools in the league, but 5 are good teams, and then it kind of trickles off. So sometimes you can get a night off when you play a weaker opponent, but you're kind of, you can't control who's in your conference. And in some leagues, like the OAA and the Macomb Area Conference, they break it down by sport. Every year or two it changes what division you go to, but there are some leagues where you're in a division for all sports, and it may work well for one sport and not well for another.
It's a very good point. And Dan, I'm gonna add some music in here. Let's
chime in.
There's some music right there. Let's put the rankings up on your screen here. We're gonna start with division number 4, as we always do, and well, here they are. Division number 4, week 3, and in number 15, Harbor Springs makes its way in at 2-3-2. At number 14, previously unranked, Saginaw Valley Lutheran, they're 2-2. Jackson Lumen Christi, they're 3-4, now at 13. They're down 7 places from 6 to 13. Madison Heights Bishop Foley, 3-3-1, they're down 5 from 7 to 12. Auburn Hills Oakland Christian punches their ticket into the top 15. They were unranked and now ranked 11 at 4-0. Clarkson Everest Collegiate's up 2 from 12 to number 10. Granville Calvin Christian is 3-2. They hold at 9. Kalamazoo Hackett Catholic Prep 5-1. They're up 3 from 11 to number 8. Grand Rapids North Point, they're 4-2-0, and they're up 3 from 10 to number 7. Up 2 from 8 to number 6 is Muskegon Western Michigan Christian at 3-1-1. Plymouth Christian Academy is down 3 from 2 last week to number 5. Kalamazoo Christian 3-4-1 is up 1 from 5 to number 4. Royal Oak Shrine is up 1 from 4 to number 3. They're 3-2-1. Grosse Pointe Woods University Leggett 3-2-0 is up from 3 to number 2. And for the second consecutive week, North Muskegon is your number 1 ranked team in Division 4, and they're 5-1.
A lot of teams that were in the top 15 most of last season are still here again. A lot of familiar faces, and a lot of teams that come from, they kind of clump together in D3 and D4 from various conferences. You look at this list, Oakland Christian cracks in. Auburn Hills Oakland Christian was the Michigan Independent Athletic Conference champion last year, lost in the district finals to Clarkson Everest Collegiate. Brought back most of their team, got a very good freshman class. So the Lancers are on a roll. They are not just winning, but they're winning by large margins. And I expect an upcoming game with Plymouth Christian Academy, which is ranked 5th, to be very crucial in that conference race there. Jackson Lumen Christi dropped 7. Lumen Christi changed conferences. They've been in that Interstate Athletic Conference the last few years. They are now part of the AA division of the Catholic High School League, and welcome aboard. It's a very good conference. The Central Division and AA Division, there's a lot of very good teams in that league, so they might see some more losses and ties as the season goes along. Lumen Christi does have some very talented players. They were in the regional finals last year in D4, so they dropped a little bit, but again, we just talked about strength of schedule and certain conferences being very, very strong top to bottom. Saginaw Valley Lutheran, a lot of good teams the last couple years out of that 2-division Tri-Valley Conference. That's up in the Bay City, Saginaw, Midland, Flint area. I think there's 14 schools for soccer, 14 or 15 split into 2 divisions, and a lot of those teams are ranked in Division 3. Granville Calvin Christian, they had a great season last year. I was looking some information up. They outscored their opposition 107-15 with 14 shutouts. Their goalie got hurt, and they lost in the regional semifinals to Kalamazoo Christian. They bring back, I think, 8 or 9 starters. Jaden Velhouse is going to Saginaw Valley State. She's one of the best players in D4, so they played some bigger schools her early, 3-2 start. I expect the Squires to keep climbing the charts here as the season progresses. The same area as Grand Rapids North Point Christian. There's another Christian school that has a lot of good talent. Madison Heights Bishop Foley, they come out of that AA division of the Catholic High School League. So, those teams are starting to beat up on each other. They're 3-3-1. And then you look at that top 5, top 6. I actually reached out to number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, and number 6 last week left my name and phone number with the athletic department. I have yet to hear back from any of those schools. So coaches from North Muskegon, Grosse Pointe Liggett, Royal Oak Shrine, Plymouth Christian, and Muskegon Western Michigan Christian, we want you. So I'll try to reach out again here this week. But those teams, they were there all last season. They're here again. North Muskegon, I think, has lost in the 3 straight state semifinals. Could this be the year they knock through and play in that state championship game? It's very possible. Grosse Pointe Liggett, you know, they had a very good senior class that departed last year, but another Catholic, you know, AA division team, 3-2. Royal Oak Shrine's playing well. So a lot of these teams are very similar, and I fully expect to see a lot of these teams in the regional finals or Final Four.
It's a great point there, Mr. Dan Stickrat, and that is your Division 4 Week 3 rankings, and the Division 4 chair is Jay Allen from Kalamazoo Christian. Something that I thought this came up here this past week, and I think it's important to at least address it, Dan, is, you know, we oftentimes say here on MSN and on this ranking show that we are not responsible for the rankings, and we aren't. I think it's important that we continue to say that. But with that being said, what we also want to make sure is when we say things like, hey, if you want to get ranked, you got to reach out to your division chair. We're not implying or suggesting that that's parents that do that. All right? We're not suggesting that you at home as a parent pick up the phone or email the division chairs for any of the conference, any of the different divisions. We mean that the proper protocol here would be that the team, coaches, are the ones who are responsible for reaching out to those division chairs. And obviously, you know, we often say, hey, you know, what do you got to do to get ranked? Well, first off, you got to perform well on the pitch. You got to go out there and win games, meaningful games. And then you got to be not just talking with division chairs, you're talking with other coaches within your conference and outside of your conferences so they have a general idea about who you are and what your team is all about. So, and then ultimately reaching out to the division chair, that's a responsibility of coaches, not parents and or players. So I'm hoping that was never portrayed from us, but we just want to make sure we clarified that and did inform you that you should allow the coaches to handle those types of conversations if they are going to happen in the first place. So yeah, there you go. Dan, that is Division 4. Division 4 is wrapped. A wrap for 4, and now we got 3 coming up. Hey, you know what? A lot more to go. We got 3 more divisions. Division 3 coming up here next after this next break. You're watching the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association ranking show live right now on YouTube. We'll be right back after this.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Did you know that MSN is now offering player recruitment videos? Our packages include a player profile where you show your preferred positions, the club, the league, or school that you play in, your current coach contact information, and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
And welcome back here into the MSN Ranking Show presented by the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Sickrad, and we are excited to have you along here tonight for the ride. We already talked about this earlier. We're going to mention it here one more time. Hey, you know what? If it's your first time stopping by, you're a soccer team here from around the state of Michigan, we want to make sure that you know that there's a chance that you could win a contest. And here's how you do it. MSN Content, get your game broadcasted for free. All you got to do is get you and your team all together, make a video that says we watch soccer on the Michigan Soccer Network. You can use all the creativity you want in the world. Tag us on MIHSSCA Network on all social media and use the hashtag MSN Contest and enter yourself a chance to win a free broadcast, just like Trenton did this past Friday. We'll announce our contest winner here for this week coming up here in just a little bit. But Dan, it is Division Numero tres. I'm saying that because in Spanish, because Dan, I am going to Cabo here in a couple weeks. I got to get my Spanish going.
He gets to go out of town. All right, now I see how you operate.
I got to get my Spanish going here. So it is Division 3. We're going to put that up on the board here in just a second. But Dan, you had a chance to look at these. 10 changes this week. Exactly 10 changes last week. One team in, one team out. We'll get into this in a second. What are your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts, I see, again, power conferences and power pockets looking at this list. A lot of these schools are always in the top 15 or honorable mention. You can go back many years, and a lot of these schools are traditionally there.
It's true. It is true. Let's get into this, Dan. Let's go ahead and get into this. I think that's important. The music here set the right tone. Here we go. Your Division 3 rankings up on your screen, and here they are. Number 15, down one from number 14 last week, is Freeland at 5-0-1. Now down from 13 to 14, Traverse City St. Francis 5-0-1. Milan is 6-3-1. They're down one from 12 to 13. Frankenmuth down one from 11 to 12. They're 7-0-2. Essexville Garber 6-1-4, previously unranked, now have punched their way into the 11th spot here in Division 3. Notre Dame Prep 4-0-2, had a big week this week again, a tie against Rochester from Division 1. They are at 10, hold at 10. Elgin is 5-1-0. They're down 3 from 6 to 9. Warren Regina 2-1-1 is holding at 8, as well as Grosse Ile 4-1-3 at 7. Grand Rapids West Catholic 6-3-1 is down 2 from 4 to number 6. Macomb Lutheran North makes the biggest jump of all teams this week from number 15 to number 5 in Division 3. They're 8-0-1. Detroit Country Day 2-2-2 is down 1 from 3 to number 4. Flint Powers Catholic 5-0-2, up 2 from 5 to number 3. And Hudsonville Unity Christian 5-0-0 and Grand Rapids South Christian 6-1-1 continue to hold at that 1 and number 2 spot in Division 3. That is the third consecutive week that they've both been there, and that's where they stay. And those are your top 15 from Division 3.
Yeah, there's two conferences that take up almost half of this Division 3 top 15. We talked about in Division 4 with Saginaw Valley Lutheran comes from that two-division Tri-Valley Conference. Well, you look at number 15 Freeland, number 12 Frankenmuth, and number 11 Essexville Garber. All three come from that conference. All three of those teams have been pretty solid here this year. Frankenmuth was really young last year, yet won a district. They brought back most of their roster. Freeland has been to several Final Fours in the last 15 years. I think they were a state runner-up in 2018. MIHSSCA Garber has been an offensive juggernaut the last decade. They were the state runner-up in 2019. 2 years ago, they scored like 170 goals as a team. Last year, I think around 130. They're putting up some big numbers again. Just seeing that whole area has just gotten a lot better in the last decade when it comes to boys soccer and girls soccer, and you're starting to see that in the rankings. So a lot of good teams coming out of that 2-division Tri-Valley Conference, and then Hudsonville Unity Christian, Grand Rapids West Catholic, and Allegan, all Blue Division members of the Ottawa-Kent Conference. Another great league. Unity Christian, we talk about them all the time, every fall and every spring. West Catholic was ranked a lot last year. They've really come on strong. Traditionally, they weren't a ranked team for many years, but in the last 2 or 3 seasons, they've kind of clawed their way in, and they've stayed their way in. And good coaching, better talent pools coming through the school. Notre Dame Prep is an independent, so they play up. They'll play D1, D2, D3, and D4 schools. They have not been a part of the Catholic High School League in about 6 or 7 school years, and they tied Rochester. Rochester had only lost 2 games going in the last couple seasons. They'd lost one earlier in the year to Clarkston, and Notre Dame Prep tied them. So Notre Dame Prep, very young team, but they're still unbeaten at 4-0-2. Milan's a team that comes out of that Huron League. They've been a lot better in the last couple years. Warren Regina, Catholic High School League team, Macomb Lutheran North, another team from that AA division of the Catholic High School League. They were really young last year, and they got kind of beat up in the Central Division. They dropped down to AA division, and they got a very good freshman class, 8-0-1. So the biggest leap, I believe, in all 4 divisions combined, up 10 slots. Country Day was your state champion 3 years ago. They were really young the last couple of years, still young. A lot of sophomores on that team. I think they have 6 sophomores that play regularly. The Yellow Jackets are buzzing. They're playing a lot better. Flint Powers Catholic. Last year was their 18th appearance in the Final Four. Think about that. That's incredible numbers. Flint Power Catholic has been to 18 Final Fours. The Chargers are one of the best teams again in that Saginaw Valley League. They're going to contend with Midland Dow, Grand Blanc. Davison's a lot better. Mount Pleasant's a lot better. Bay City Western's come on strong the last couple of years. The Saginaw Valley League overall is a lot better than it was for several years. And then South Christian, Grand Rapids South Christian, they come out of the gold division of the Ottawa-Kent Conference. And like Unity, they're a team that just never seems to go away. They're always good. Kids graduate, new kids come into the school, kind of replenish the pipeline, and just never stops.
It's true. 10 total changes this week, Dan. You had Williamston bounce out, Essexville Garber bounce in. Your honorable mentions are Almont, Williamston, Olivet, Berrien Springs, and Ovid Isle. Based
Ovid Elsie, I believe.
Ovid Elsie.
Yep. Two small towns north of Lansing out. But their soccer programs come on strong here in the last decade as well. So
that they are. And those are your Division 3 rankings here. Your division chair is Mr. Jimmy Stachura, and he is from Notre Dame Prep. So, Dan, hey, we got 2 in the books, 2 down, we got 2 to go, and it's still a good night outside. I think it is at least 54 degrees outside right now. Winter frost advisory tonight, Dan. Do you know that frost advisory here in Michigan?
I heard that.
Yep. But hey, it doesn't matter. You know what? It's still spring. Spring comes in many different shapes and sizes, and cold and warm air here in Michigan, and it can snow and sleet and rain and shiny sun all in the 5-minute period. So, but either way, you're watching the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association High School Ranking Show live on the Michigan Soccer Network. Dan Stickrat, Jonathan Turner. We'll be right back after this. Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back here into the Michigan Soccer Network live presentation of the high school rankings here from our MSN studios in Shelby Township, Michigan. I am going to Cabo here. A little tropical music coming through here a little bit. I'm leaving here in about a week and a half, Dan. I'm excited to see Mexico. I have never been to Mexico, so this will be my first time. And so a little tropical music for all of those out there. I'm not going on spring break, by the way, so it's but either way, have a chance to go out, and why not, man? Spend a little 4-day weekend in Cabo. But Dan, high school ranking show here on this Sunday evening, and we're getting ready for Division number 2 here. We've already talked about the contest. I think it's time that we unveil who the winner is this week. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. We'll talk about that a little bit afterwards.
What?
About the contest, but let's let everyone know.
Who is this week's winner?
I think we had one that was far superior than the rest, right?
That is correct. We did not get the video sent to us in a text message, so I couldn't build it into the broadcast, but it's okay. Romeo Bulldogs, you guys did a fantastic. They were in lockers. They were in a locker room, popping out of lockers. It was awesome. So Romeo, congratulations! Your girls soccer team has won a free broadcast from the Michigan Soccer Network. Dan and I will come out, and if you want to roll the red carpet out and have pizza for us, and lift all of our gear up into your stadium, that would be fantastic. But we're excited to head out to Romeo here in the very near future to cover one of your games. So look for more information about that broadcast here coming up here soon. But Trevor Foster and the Romeo Bulldogs will be getting a free broadcast from the Michigan Soccer Network. Dan, it is time now to get into Division 2 rankings. A little darker music.
A little darker.
Mysterious. But we're gonna put it back up on your screen as we have for this entire evening. We will put up Division 2 right now, and here they are. At number 15 in Division 2, Petoskey, previously unranked, it's 6-0. And that number 15 spot, St. Joseph, is down one spot from 13 to number 14. They're 4-1-1. Middleville, Thornapple, Kellogg, 5-0. They're up 2 from number 15 to number 13. DeWitt, 5-2-2, up 2 spots from 14 to 12. Trenton, who we saw this past Friday, they are 7-2, and they are still holding at 11. Matter of fact, Mason and Chelsea are at 10 and 9 respectively. Mason 4-1-2, Chelsea 4-2. They've been there now for the last 2 weeks. Stevensville Lakeshore is now 4-2. They're down 1 from 7 to number 8. Spring Lake 2-1-3, down 2 from 5 to number 7. Midland 4-1-1, up 2 from 8 to number 6. Grand Rapids 4, still Central 5-2-1. They're up. They're down 3 from 2 to number 5. Plainville 5-1-1, up 2 from 6 to number 4. East Grand Rapids is 4-2-1. They are up 1 from 4 to number 3. Richland Gull Lake 5-0-1. They're up 1 from 3 to number 2. And for the third consecutive week, Birmingham Marion is 4-0-2 and your number 1 ranked team in Division 2.
Looking at the list, we're going to give a little love to Northern Michigan. We don't talk about teams north of Midland that often in the Lower Peninsula and even the Upper Peninsula, which, by the way, as I talked about last week, for the first time since 2006-2007 school year, the UP teams are allowed to enter the MHSSCA state tournament. That was a big mess created many years ago. But Petoskey, 6-0-0. And you can't win if you don't have a good goalkeeper. But I've been told by a few coaches out there, Sadie Correa Jr. from Petoskey is a very talented goalkeeper, and they're 6-0-0. So the caboose is definitely stroking the engine there. That the Norsemen are very talented. Traverse City Central won that Big North Conference last year. Can Petoskey threaten the 2 Traverse City schools, Central and West, this year? We'll see, but 6-0-0 start. That's a 16 conference. You play everyone twice, so there's 10 league games. So Petoskey knocking on the door. St. Joseph is down. Middleville, Thornapple, Kellogg only graduated 2 kids on their entire roster. The Trojans, I think, might have a chance of challenging top-ranked, Division III top-ranked Grand Rapids South Christian in that conference. That's the Ottawa-Kent Conference Gold Division. The Trojans are very, very talented all sides of the field. DeWitt, last couple years they were down slightly. They did win a district last year, but they brought back a ton of players. So out of the blue division of the Capital Area Athletic Conference, DeWitt, the Panthers are starting to roll. Trenton, we saw them play Friday. They gave up 2 goals in the regular flow of play in 2 games the previous weekend in a shootout. 2 goals. I mean, so in the flow of play, they've only given up 2 goals. So they're playing very well. Mason won the Red Division of the Capital Area Athletic Conference last year, and the Bulldogs, you remember, they were state runner-up in the boys soccer season last November. So they're going to make some noise this year. They want to defend their conference title and possibly make a run. Chelsea comes out of that white division of the Southeastern Conference. That's down by the Ann Arbor-Jackson area. Now, Pinckney, surprisingly, has not been ranked yet, even though they won that conference. I think the last 4 years, got to the regional finals. Stevensville Lakeshore, they're in a very deep league, that Southwestern Michigan Athletic Conference. They're 4-2 right now, but the Lancers are a very talented team. Spring Lake actually broke into ranked number 1 late last season. They come out of that blue division of the Ottawa-Kent Conference. That's with Unity Christian and a lot of other very good teams. Midland out of the Saginaw Valley League, 4-1-1 start. They brought back most of their roster this year, so the Chemics are looking good. Grand Rapids, Forest Hill Central, always good. They did take a loss this past week. Playing well. I think they're going after 11th straight Wolverine Conference Championship this year. Seago and Vicksburg are very talented. We'll see when that all sorts out if they can, knock off Plainwell. But the Tigers, solid once again, 5-1-1. I think their only loss was their season opener to, Division I Hudsonville, which played in the state championship game last year. East Grand Rapids and Richmond Gull Lake. EGR comes out of the white division of the Ottawa-Kent Conference, and Richmond Gull Lake comes out of the aforementioned Southwestern Michigan Athletic Conference. They had a 1-1 draw Friday night. So those 2 teams went out of conference to face each other off. They could very well see each other late in the state tournament this year if they both get out of very tough districts and can make a run and meet up possibly in the regional round. And then Birmingham Marion, 4-0-2, but I don't think Marion's given up a goal yet this year. Last year they had a lot of injuries. They still won a league and district championship. But they brought back 11 starters. In fact, they have 2 young players, 2 freshmen that are starting. So 2 starters from last year are coming off the bench. So that team, they're going to be very difficult to score on all season long. I think they only gave up like 8 goals all of last season. And 3 of those were in the regional semifinal loss to Grosse Pointe North. So the Mustangs, number 1 in the preseason. They've been number 1 for 3 straight weeks. And they're going to be your team to beat. You're going to have to find a way to score on them to beat them.
Well, Dan, you are correct, by the way. They have not allowed a goal yet this season. They are, again, 4-2. They have 2 ties, one against Detroit Country Day on night 2 of their season and one against Mercy here earlier this week. So, it's very difficult to score on Marion, and it's very difficult to win if you can't score goals. So there's your top 15 here for Division 2. 11 total changes this week. In this week was Petoskey. Out was Zeeland West. Again, honorable mention, Dexter, Vicksburg, Gaylord, Zeeland East, Marshall, and Zeeland West. Again, those are your Division 2 rankings for Week 3. Your division chair is Hans Morgan from Marshall. And Dan, we're almost to the end of this one, as we are just one division away from calling this a wrap. And before we head out of here, Dan, we did mention here, we talked about who the contest winner was here a moment ago. But again, here's how you win the MSN contest. Get your game broadcast for free. That's right. We will drive to anywhere in Michigan, by the way.
Yes.
Right? I think it's important to say. We will drive.
Let's talk about that, because you even did a game on Mackinac Island a couple years ago, an amateur game. But we'll pack up the crew. We'll go to Lansing. We'll go up to Bay City. We'll go over to the Grand Rapids. We'll go to Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Jackson, Ann Arbor.
I'll go to Cabo. No, we will travel to wherever. So if you're sitting there at home right now going, man, well, they're not gonna. No, we will. We will. I will. We will come to you. Especially if you have food. I mean, I think it's an important...
That's the drawing attraction for John Turner, everybody.
Food. It's always been, it always will be. It's our stick. We'll always say that it is. But hey, how do you win? All right? All you got to get your team. Ladies, get your team together. Wherever your heart's desire. Be creative about this. And you got to say, we watch soccer on the Michigan Soccer Network. You tag us on social media, MI Soccer Network, and use the hashtag MSN contest. If you do those 2 things, we could come out to do a broadcast. And if you need if you need an idea, if you need to see to get the competitive juices flowing, well, here, take a look at what Trenton did in Week 1.
Wait, guys, coach is coming. No, it's fine. We're watching the game on Michigan Soccer Network.
And that's what they did, Dan. I mean, so
simple but creative, right?
Simple. But be creative. And they were the first ones to say when we saw them on Friday, hey, we love what you did. And they said that they had fun doing it. They had a blast doing it, and we had a fun watching it. So, and sharing it for that matter. Hey, you're watching the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association ranking show right now on the Michigan Soccer Network. Subscribe, like us, and share us with your friends and family. Join Dan and I each and every Sunday night as we go through these rankings, the top 15 from each division. Don't go anywhere. Division 1 is coming up next.
Our mission is to help players take their game to the next level and reach their potential. Not only do we help develop fundamental technical skills such as ball control in tight spaces with different surfaces, dribbling at speed and changing direction, using a variety of 1v1 skills to create space, receiving on a half turn, hook turn, and out of the air, finishing off the dribbling, one-touch, volleys, and headers. We help players get comfortable performing these skills at game speed, with pressure, and with both their dominant and non-dominant foot. In addition, we help players with their speed of play, awareness of space, defenders and teammates, and also dominate with our off-the-ball movement. We offer a variety of services such as one-on-ones, small groups, large groups, as well as team sessions. We have an experienced coaching staff that is professional, friendly, patient, while still holding players to high standards and holding them accountable. No matter what level you're at as a player, I'm confident we can help you get better. Over the past 3 years, we've built one of the best soccer-specific training facilities in the country and developed one of the most detail-oriented programs to help out players. Visit our website.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Well, there it is. You see it. I got to just keep playing this video, Dan. I just got to keep doing it because that is how good that contest is. And you know, if you want to win your broadcast, that's what you got to do. You got to get your team together, and you got to show the creativity and get those juices flowing so that we can come out and do a free broadcast, maybe get some free food. So we're excited about that. But hey, we're back here in our MSN studios. John Turner, Dan Stickrat. It's the high school ranking show presented by the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association, and we are down here to the nitty-gritty. We're at Division I, top 15 teams. We've already announced and talked Division 4, Division 3, Division 2. Went through all of that. There are 46 total changes here tonight, Dan, of which 12 come from Division 1. And let's get into those here right now. We're going to put them on our screen. Maybe a little more, let's go with a little stringy music here for a little, violin, piano, instrumental here, orchestra kind of a feel to it. And we like this song. We like this music. So we're going to put up now your Division I rankings here. Top 15 from around the state of Michigan. And here they are. Number 15, previously unranked, Rockford is 5-0-3. And this was a close one because Brian Middlestat was like, hey, this could go either way. We'll talk about that in a minute. Midland Dow, 5-0-1. They're up one from 15 to number 14. Utica Eisenhower, 3-1-1. They are holding at 13. Rochester, 3-1-2. They're down 3 spots from 9 to number 12. Muskegon Mona Shores is up 1 from 12 to number 11. Salem, 5-1-2, is down 2 spots from 8 to number 10. Rochester Adams is up 2 from 5 to number 11 from number 11 to number 9. They're 5-1-2. Canton is up 2 from 10 to 8 at 6-1-2. Troy Athens is 5-1-2 and then down 5 spots from number 2 to number 7. Saline, 5-1-1, holds at 6. Troy High School, 7-0-1, like the Battle of Troy's, up 2 spots from 7 to number 5. Heartland, 7-1-0, up 1 from 5 to 4. Portage Central is 5-0-1. They're up 1 from 4 to number 3. Ann Arbor Skyline is up 1 from 3 to number 2 at 4-0. And your number 1 ranked team for the 3rd straight week is Hudsonville at 4-0-1. And there are your top 15.
So Rockford Rams debut at 15. Don't let the age of their players fool you. I've had a lot of coaches in the Grand Rapids and Muskegon area said, watch out for Rockford, watch out for Rockford, watch out for Rockford. Their freshman goalie is one of the best in the state as a 9th grader. They have 10 sophomores on their varsity roster. Several of those girls played varsity ball last year. And the Rams are going to make things very interesting in that red division of the Ottawa-Kent Conference. That's where top-ranked Hudsonville is. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they fare over the course of the season with the young team of Stuart Quackenbush. He knows what he has coming down the pipeline. Tougher schedule. However, with young players, they're not only going to be good this year, they'll be good the next couple of years. Midland Dow trying to defend their Saginaw Valley League championship from last year. That league is much deeper than it has been. They're 5-0-1. Utica Eisenhower sadly had 2 players go down with season-ending injuries the weekend before tryouts started, but the Eagles are still a very good sophomore-laden team. They've won that red division of Macomb Area Conference several times over the years, including last season. Rochester's still good. They went through a little bump in the road. When you lose 4 very good players like they lost from the last couple of years, you might see a couple bumps in the road. But the Falcons will still be one of the best teams in the red division, the Oakland Activity Association. Muskegon Mona Shores, I don't know how many green division titles of the Ottawa-Kent Conference they've won in recent years, but it's been several. Dylan Darga's done a great job with that group. They're putting up some big numbers. Salem comes out of the West Division of the Kensington Valley Activity Association. That's along with number 4 Heartland, number 8 Canton. That's one of the best leagues in the state. There's 7 really good teams in that league. You know, Northville dominated the last couple of years. They're not ranked. They're still a quality team. They're kind of down from slightly where they have been. Heartland is playing great soccer right now. They've beat some very good teams. Troy Athens suffered their first loss of the season this week, but I think they've only given up like 2 goals all year. Troy High, everyone said that they're really young, but you wouldn't tell by the results. They're 7-0-1. One of those programs, as you know, the Colts never seem to fall from the top. They're always a very good team. Rochester Adams, Josh Hickey's doing a great coaching job. They were the youngest team in the OA Red Division last year. They're still very young. A lot of sophomores and juniors on that team, a couple freshmen. But for the amount of players in that school that are playing Girls Academy or ECNL right now, not playing high school, you got Rochester Adams is still a top 10 team, says a lot about coaching. Adams is very good. That is again one of the best districts in all of Michigan. And I could see the Highlanders winning it, just like I could see several other teams in that district winning it. Saline and Ann Arbor Skyline, they both come out of that red division of the Southeast Conference. Saline won it last year. Skyline beat Saline 1-0. There's 8 teams in that league, and so what they did last fall in the boys is if you finish in the top 4, after a round robin, you will play the top teams in your league a second time, and then the bottom 4 will play each other a second time, which helps out, competitively. Ann Arbor Pioneers not listed. They're very good this year. I could see them maybe breaking into the rankings. Honorable mention later this season. Portage Central had a big win this week. Beat Matawan 3-1 on Thursday. Matawan actually won that conference, the Southwestern Michigan Athletic Conference, last season. Very good league. We saw Stevensville, Lakeshore, and Rich and Gold ranked in Division II. Unranked Kalamazoo Lloyd Norwich is playing very well. And Portage Central, I think they've been in the regional finals the last 2 years. It's been like 15 years since they played in the state finals, but their defense is great. They just don't give up many goals every year in, year out. They're one of the best defensive teams in the state of Michigan. And Hudsonville was your state runner-up last year. I think they brought back like 15 players and like 8 starters. So, I fully expect Hudsonville to stay in that top 5 all year, even if they take a loss here or there. Or they may not, because 2 years ago they got the regional finals. Last year, state runner-up. Great senior class. They're going to play with a huge bolt on their backs the rest of the year, but until someone knocks them off, right now they're your number 1 team in Division I, and maybe number 1 overall, combining the 4 divisions.
And there are your top 15 teams from around the state of Michigan for Division I. 12 total changes this week. Rockford makes their way into the top 15. They were previously unranked. New Baltimore Anchor Bay bounces out. Honorable mention is Grand Blanc at 4-1-1. Again, they had a big matchup here again earlier this week against Troy Athens. They won that game. So there are your top 15. Brian Middlestad is the Division I chair. He is the coach at Stony Creek. So a lot of changes. There's 46 total changes between all 4 divisions. Dan, we're going to be seeing a Troy Athens matchup here on May the 7th as they face off, and that's going to be a good one, especially if they continue, both teams, to do what they've been doing, which is winning soccer games. So we'll have more information about that here in the coming days. But, Dan, that is a wrap here on our high school ranking show. Week number 3 is in the books. Just going to throw up in the books. So all of these rankings have been published here while we've been live on the show. 4, 3, 2, and 1 have already been released out into the stratosphere of social media. By the way, I keep saying the word live. Me and Dan we were recording this today at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're not live. Surprise. We have a live matchup taking place right now. Chicago Nation versus Street Dreams, based out of the Chicago area of the UPSL. We're actually broadcasting that game as we speak. So we're doing two things at once here on the MSN here on this Sunday evening. But hey, we're excited to bring the ranking show to you once again. Again, if you want to get in on the contest, all you have to do is, here it is. I'm going to put it on your screen again. Here, I'm just going to keep showing this video. It's going to keep showing up. There you go. So these lovely ladies have done a fantastic job from Trenton. Romeo High School and the Bulldogs are this week's winner. We'll put that back up on your screen. They won the contest. They have put great video up. Check out our social media. It's all available everywhere right now, and we appreciate the Bulldogs. But Dan, high school ranking show, week number 3 in the books.
In the books.
In the books.
A lot more to come down the pipeline in terms of broadcasts. A lot more stories coming up on the website this week. Quite a bit.
Top 50 high school teams from around the state will be announced starting tomorrow. That's right. Already scheduled on our website. You got to go tomorrow morning and check it out. Who are the top 50 teams, you may ask? I don't know, because they will be announced tomorrow, starting with 50 through 41.
Yeah, we looked at, I think, 120 schools I looked at, came up with a list of 50 that are expected to be very good this year. Had to make some tough choices, so there were quite a few honorable mentions in each of the 4 divisions. And we'll keep looking. We've already posted, I think, about 20 conferences across the state of Michigan, team capsules. We're getting close. I got about 20 more conferences just about done, and several others that I've started. We're going to look at some of the best players in the state the following week. So much more. A lot of work, labor of love. We love it. Looking forward to these contests for free broadcasts. Let's get creative. And like we talked about, you are a coach and players, and you're in Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Lansing, Flint, Jackson, Ann Arbor. Doesn't matter. You could be out in the middle of the thumb. Come up with a creative video. Post us on social media. And hopefully we'll come up with a really creative winner next weekend.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we are excited you stopped by. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it now. Like us, share us with your friends and your family. And as we always say here, come back for some more soccer here on the Michigan Soccer Network. Hey, have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and even better rest of your week. So long, everybody, and have a great night.